Good morning. It is December 1st and Tuesday morning. The regular market trading hours are about ready to begin. It is 9:26 in New York. In front of you have a chart of the NQ. On the right is a 30-minute chart. Here is a 60-minute chart that I put up on the Facebook page. If you look at this, this major swing high up here. Action broke through there. We are now in a trading range with these two areas above us corresponding to these areas on the daily chart. So there we are on the daily chart. The high of 12,454 corresponds to this swing high. And then we have this swing high right here at 12,408.75. Those are areas where you're going to be wanting to fade, look for shorts. So I have these two lines, these two swing highs drawn in on my smaller charts also. And that represents this line here and this line here on this 60-minute chart. So as we come up here, we can see that what has happened is we had a very pretty clear trend channel line that that worked its way up, and then when it hit these high areas here, it stopped. Now we're in a range, and the bullish traders are going to try to get action to break out of this range to come up here and test that 12,454 area. And the bears are going to try to get the action to come down here and test this 12,335 area. And so we will see how things play out here. But right now, price action is in the middle of this rangy area. That's, for me, not good trading, right in the middle of a range on a 60-minute chart. Okay. Now, if you trade smaller charts, it's not as big of a deal for you. So we'll zoom a little bit more in now on the 30-minute chart. And once again, these on this chart, these these correspond to those two swing highs that I showed on the daily chart right here. And I'm looking at my daily chart, moving and make sure these are correct, and they are. So there's where we're at right there. These are the zones where there could be trade opportunities for me right now. Yeah, I'm in the middle of a rangy area here that I don't care to take trades on. Of course, you can break it down further. Now here's a 15-minute chart, and you can look for trades. You can see action is coming off the highs up here. There's the market just open. You can see movement now. Right now, I'm going to be sitting and watching. I want to be very concise on my first trade of the day, and make sure I do everything I can to nail it. All right. My goal on the first trade of the day is to, not in terms of money, my goal is to have a very good trade that I'm very patient for. Later in the day, when I'm not recording, oftentimes I will be a little bit more aggressive and less technical in my trading, and that works out well for me. But for my first trade of the day, it's, for me, very important to be extremely disciplined and patient. And sometimes I have to wait. Sometimes I've got to wait an hour and a half. You've been watching these videos. Other times it can happen very quickly, though, so you got to be ready. Here we are. Action's coming down into this zone here. Why is this a zone? Because you have this double bottom on a 30-minute chart. See that? All right. So buying, there's a lot of buying right here. So we will watch here. I'm also keeping a close eye on the ES. There's the 60-minute chart on the ES. You have the swing high, and look how it corresponds to this level right here. So that could be an area where we get a bounce, or we could get the bears may be able to push through that and bring it down to this 36.46 level. So we'll see here. I just got to watch. But I'm trying to find harmony between the two indexes. So maybe action on the 30-minute chart, 60-minute chart on the ES, you know, comes crashing down through here and breaks through this zone here. And then we see the NQ coming down to its area right around here about the same time. See the ES continue down hard. That would make me more of a believer that there's going to be a breakout in the NQ and more willing to take it, and vice versa. Do you see what I'm saying there? See how they kind of look the same? And if they don't look kind of the same, I'm very reluctant to trade, quite frankly. You know, if the ES was going up here and pushing up on highs, and this is coming down here and testing lows, you know, that's a recipe for me for failure. I tend to have much harder days trading if I don't have some sort of harmony between the two markets. I'm also watching RTY, but I'm not going to put that up. Okay, here we are coming right down to this zone here now. Now, there's going to be bulls. They're going to try to step in here and get a bounce. And they're going to be quick scalpers. They're going to get in and have already got out. There's going to be others that are going to try to reverse this action, get it to hold here. But what I'm doing here now on my other screens is I'm looking at the smaller charts to see what's happening. And if I see one of those charts, let's see, I'm looking at a 3-minute chart on ES, and I'm looking at a 3-minute chart on NQ to see if one of those two reverses. And I'll try to put them up there. It's such a hassle trying to show you all. I use a lot of screens when I trade, and it's one of the issues I'm having in trying to figure out how I could ever do this live, because it's very problematic for me to have to move these around. So now I know on these small charts where I'm at. I'm at that support level. I don't have it all drawn in, but I know where I'm at relative to those larger charts. So I can watch here and see what plays out. I have my volume turned up on my trading platform, so when I enter, you'll hear me. And if I, okay, there we go. Let's see here on the 3-minute chart. See now, just show you real quick. On the 60-minute chart, you see where we are on NQ? Right down at that support level. It corresponds to the swing high.
Order filled.
Okay, I'm long NQ right now at 12,349.25. See buying coming in on this 3-minute chart. See it coming in over here. I'm long, for me, quite a few contracts, so I'm going to take some off. Well, I took too many off there, doggone it. Okay. So I took some off at about 1.75 points.
Order filled.
Took some more off at about 4 points, 4.5. I'm not seeing that movement up in NQ. Okay, there we go. There's some off at 6. There's some off at 8. There's some off at 9, 9.5. Okay, I'm gonna.
Order filled.
Last batch I took off at 5.75 points. So it's real clear. So breakouts usually fail. Don't trade in a way, if you're trading price action, don't trade breakouts. Or don't make that one of your tactics that's a primary way for you to make money. You should be trading fades. So that is when action comes down to a primary area like this, a swing point, you know, that's where you want to be fading it. You want to be going long at areas like this. And if action had come up here, I would want to be shorting. So here I am. I looked at this 60-minute chart. I had all this drawn in before the market opened. You've got to do your analysis before the market opens. Okay, it's a very clear swing high. Right here, that swing high. That corresponds to this area. So I had it drawn in. So then what did I do? Okay, so then, and I haven't looked how much I made on that trade, but I traded 30 contracts. So that was a big trade. So then I knew that this area here, right here, corresponded to that area right here. So I'm looking at the 3-minute chart now. And I'm watching to see, okay, what's going on? Well, you saw me enter, you know, I saw action stop right here and buying come in. And, you know, it may reverse and come down, but you can see there's people that are they're gonna play that bounce there. And then I looked at the ES, and it was, where's the big chart on the ES? I can't keep track of everything. I guess this is crazy. So the ES came down to a similar swing point right over here. Right over here, corresponded with the NQ coming down. Same spot, same charts basically. And what do we see? We saw buying come in the ES. We saw buying come in NQ. So I jumped in. Okay. Really good trade, and I hope that provides you some clarity. It's a nice quick broadcast for today. So anyway, I hope you have a good rest of the day, and if I could figure out how to turn this thing off now. If you have any questions, let me know. This is a great way to make money, trading futures by trading price action using very clear support and resistance areas on the 60-minute chart. Also, you can use, when they are clear, big trend channel lines and trend lines, and you trade those just the same way. You fade those generally, but you don't get caught either, because if you don't see bounces in those areas or so forth, you're dialed in on the smaller chart, so you can see what's going on. Occasionally you get a breakout, but usually not. All right, have a great day.